Well, we are now here for episode 3 of Actual Cupcake Unedited. I'm calling this episode Frank Castle. If you know, you know. And it's not a Marvel reference. So today is about new band tips, advice, info, whatever. You know, a lot of times when I get hit up on the internet for advice, for comments, for questions, you know, it's, hey, check this out. Hey, can you peep this? Hey, what's your thoughts on this music video? Whatever. You know, wheeling and dealing, you know. Well, you know, I wanted to talk about that. I have a number one rule. And most of my friends in the music industry might not tell you this, but it's true. Do not, for the love of God, fucking use Facebook Messenger. Okay? Do the research. Take the extra 30 seconds to 3 minutes. Use Google. Hit a website. Whatever. Hit the About button right there on Facebook. And find an email. Send the email. It's way more professional. Doesn't necessarily bug someone at a personal hour or at an inconvenient time, because if they have office hours, they will actually check the email at some point eventually. Now, if they respond to it, that's a whole nother situation. But do not use Facebook Messenger. Now, if it's someone you're super casual with and you don't mind, it's fine. Personally, me, I prefer the paper trail. I need the paper trail. I forget stuff if it's not in an email sometimes with how busy I am. So use email. Be professional. You know, when you're talking to a homie or a fan, or if it's something super casual, that's fine. I will tell you right now, so many people don't get taken seriously in the industry because they just are Facebook bothering people all the time. Okay. Second point. Well, it's a couple points, but be polite, be informed, and be to the point. You know, hey, for example, you know, I'll use one of my bands, for example, Distinguisher. Say they were reaching out to me. If they were like, hey, Joel, you know, we're Distinguisher from Las Vegas, Nevada. We have some music we would like you to check out. Or, hey, here's a new music video we'd love for you to review. Or, hey, we'd like to work together or possibly get on your radar and play some shows for you. You know, that's it. Short, sweet, to the point. Send me a couple links to your info, you know, maybe your YouTube page, your Facebook page, and then definitely have some sort of EPK or a website or whatever to link as well. And then be polite, you know, say thanks for the time, hope to hear from you soon, and send it. Don't do a long-winded thing. Don't do a bunch of ass kissing. Don't throw a bunch of like, we played with this band and we've done this and we've done this. All those achievements should be listed in your EPK or your website. You know, so do that stuff. You know, be informed. You know, if you hit up somebody and they respond to you with like, oh, well, how can I help? Or what advice do you want? Or what feedback do you want? Or what are you expecting to get out of working with me or whatever? And if the first thing out of your mouth is, oh, I don't know, I didn't think you were going to respond, then you shouldn't have taken the time to send the email in the first place. Seriously. You should not have. You know, again, be polite. Always thank people for their time. You know, especially if you're like blind emailing or well, I don't think anybody really cold calls anymore, at least not in the music industry. You know, but if you're one of the people that does that, don't. But, you know, if you do, be polite. Say thank you. Say, hey, sorry if I'm bugging you. Like, you know, hey, this is how I found your email address. Or, hey, we don't know each other. Maybe you have some mutual friends. Lean in with that point. But again, you know, keep it polite, knowledgeable, and to the point. Those are 3 of the biggest things I can say. You know, branding is very important, and consistency or staying current is also very important as well. Have good branding, you know, be on point. You know, if you're going to use a black and white photo, you know, make sure it vibes with your art. Make sure the look makes sense, you know. Don't have a logo and an emblem that are 2 completely different things that don't coincide with each other or make sense. You know, For example, great point. The band I'm wearing, this Moon Hat, Acacia Strain, the last like 2 or 3 albums worth of material has all had some sort of moon branding on it. So most of the time, if you listen to heavy music and you see this symbol, regardless of if it has the other symbols inside of it or not, you know who it is. You know it's Acacia Strain. Have the good branding and be fucking smart with the good branding. Try to be original. On that note, do your homework. Make sure the branding is not ripping off somebody else. There's so many times I've seen people that are like, oh, it's only a little similar. It's not that big of a deal. Well, you might be wrong about that because people will notice and will judge you and will more than likely bring it up. So pay attention to that. Let's see what was next on my list to talk about. Oh yeah, stay current. Have the good branding, but be consistent. If you watch my episode about content, then you know that you need to have it, but you need to stay consistent. Don't, hey, one post every 3 months and then you're like, where'd everybody go 3 months from now? No. I'm not saying you don't have to post up every day, but as a general rule of thumb, I try to encourage people to post 2 to 3 times a week on all their platforms. Some people have way better luck on Twitter than Instagram, or Instagram than Facebook, or vice versa, but be consistent with the content that's coming out so your fans know you're busy, your fans know you're legit, you're professional, and that you're staying on top of it. Also, if you're trying to reach out to these other teams, if you're trying to be scouted or you want to go scout, submit yourself around, having the consistent content with solid branding will make more people pay attention to you, whether it's a label, a manager, a booking agent you're after, a PR firm you want to hire, all of it. Staying on top of that stuff really makes it work. It's very important. Connecting with your fans. I see so many people, so many bands, so many artists that post something, whether it's a funny meme, whether it's real content, whether it's a serious update, and there's fans that are just like, what do you mean? What's this mean? What is it? Or, oh, that's awesome. That's amazing. Like, say thank you. Connect with your fans. You never know when you're going to change a fan's life. You never know when you might stumble upon the reason why you're playing music in the first place because you interacted with a fan, And those are the people that are going to help buy your music, buy your merch, tell people to see you live. Maybe they're going to put you up for the place to stay that night and save you money on a hotel. You literally never know. So always take the time for your fans. Some of the biggest bands, some of the biggest performers, entertainers, wrestlers, whatever the fuck you want to say. The reason they have gotten to where they got is because they listened to their fans and they took the time to meet them, say hi, be polite. Even if it's 2 sentences, not hard at all. And do all of that consistently. I know I already talked about consistency, but here it is again. Maintain the consistency. You want to look active. You want to be taken professionally or seriously, or you want your bands to know that you're not going anywhere. You're not going to randomly break up. You don't have some issue that needs to be approached or whatever, So stay consistent for your fans. As I said in my last video, you don't need the same promo pic for a whole fucking year. Do a new promo pic every 2 months. Rotate your live photos that you're using. People want to see, when you guys played this show, it was sick. Use the live photos, talk about why you like that town, why you liked that venue, or what you remember about that show or it being awesome, And if you're consistently posting with that, guess what that allows you to do? Connect with your fans, which I also just talked about. So, hey, I'm not that crazy. Well, I mean, maybe I'm a little crazy, but I got fidgety hands. Sorry, can't edit that out. It's against the name of the show. So I'm going to end this with, those of you that probably still haven't figured it out because I talk a lot, or you forgot because I talk a lot. Why is this episode called Frank Castle? Well, here is a music industry tip. Don't be a punisher. If you don't know what that means, I'm not going to completely spoil it and explain it to you, but it goes back to some of the shit I said earlier. Be polite, be respectful, be short. Don't take up people's time. You know, if you want to kick down doors, if you want to be positive, if you want to try to work with new people, you want to introduce yourself, you want to get your name out there, whether you're as a promoter, a new agent, a new booking agent, you know, whether you're a band trying to get yourself out there, you know, hey, if you can't find someone's email, maybe send them a message and be like, I apologize for the personal message. I couldn't locate your email. How can I get a hold of you? Do it that way. Take the 30 seconds to 3 minutes to find the company website, try to find the person's name, and submit it over, you know? Send them an actual email. Oh, excuse me. You know, send them an email, send it once, wait a couple days, and then maybe send a follow-up. But if you're like punishing, like, hey, did you get my message? Hey, yo, what's up? We didn't have that phone call. Like, hey, I emailed you 30 minutes ago. Like, why didn't you respond? Don't be that person. You know, you want to develop a friendship, hopefully, and if not a friendship, at least a respectful working relationship. So respect the people you're hitting up, respect their time, respect the fact that they're a professional and that they have other people they work with other than you, or, well, potentially you, I guess, in this example, you know. So don't be a punisher. Don't just like, hey, why didn't you respond? Hey, yeah, let's make this happen, you know. Don't do that. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Please, I'm begging you. You know, on top of that, the other thing goes, you know, everyone approaches this subject differently, but, you know, leave the ego at the door. Check it. You can be proud of your music. You can be proud of your art. You can be proud of whatever it is that you're presenting, if we're not specifically talking on band terms here. You know, be proud of that stuff, please. You know, but don't be a pompous asshole. Don't be arrogant. Don't be like, oh, well, you know, you didn't respond to me immediately, you know, in 6 hours. So when I blow up, you know, you can go fucking lick my boots. Something stupid like that. Don't be that guy. You know, like, it's not easy what we do, what any of us does in the music industry. It's not easy being a musician. It's not easy being an independent artist. It's not easy being a manager or a booking agent or a promoter or a label rep or fucking distro rep or whatever. None of that is simple, man. So, you know, just show a little bit of politeness, you know. That's it. Don't be Punisher, though. And don't be rude. That won't get you nowhere. And everybody in the music industry talks. Well, not everybody, but most of us do. So if you're a Punisher and you're an asshole, people are going to tell other people that, you know? So think about it. That's all I have to say. Just you know, think about it. Yeah. Thanks for watching this episode. For my episodes after this, I don't want to just talk and bore people. Or maybe you've watched all of these, and if you have so far, thank you. You know, I do want to have some structure. I do want to have some fan service. I have a lot of experiences. You know, 15 years. I've done the record label thing, done the touring thing. You know, done the manager thing, done the promoter thing. Now I'm doing this, trying to be an internet person thing. I don't fucking know. So for the episodes after this, I want to hear from you guys on Facebook. You know, let me know what you want me to talk about. You know, some of you guys that I know personally, we've had good conversations, and maybe there's something where you're like, hey, Joel, you talked to me about this once. Can you do a video about it, like enlighten some other people? Tight, I would love to hear that. If you're a local band and you have some questions you want and you don't mind me talking about them in this format, let me know. I will do it. If you know you want to reach out to me about management stuff, or you know you've had issues with me or another promoter or somebody in the past, and you have some stuff you want me to address, I will gladly do it on here. You know, let me know what you want me to talk about. If you want me to talk more about myself, I mean, I shouldn't, but I gladly will. If you know, whatever questions you have that have to do with the industry or being self-employed, or even my thoughts on what's going on with the Corona stuff, You know, if you want me to have a video game episode, say something, I'll fucking do it. If you want me to talk wrestling, I'll fucking do that. I don't care. But yeah, you know, that's about our 15 minutes for the day. I'm trying to keep it around that every mark. You know, these were my first couple episodes. So again, from this point on, I'm going to source Facebook, maybe Twitter, maybe Instagram, but definitely my Facebook. Just find me Joel Haston, Haston. It'll also be in the link at the bottom of this video that you are watching now. I'll be posting probably once or twice a week, like, what do you guys want to hear me talk about next? So yeah, let's check it out. Thanks if you already checked this out, and I'll be checking out what you want me to talk about on Facebook after this. Thanks very much. This has been another episode of @JoelCupcake Unedited.